Have you ever wondered why some habits are so hard to break? Why knowing something is harmful isn't enough to stop doing it? Today, we're going to explore how pornography actually changes your brain and why understanding this science is the key to recovery. The Brain on Porn. 2 weeks into the program, I was sitting in my therapist's office, feeling frustrated and defeated. I'd relapsed twice since leaving that hotel room, and I couldn't understand why. "I know this is destroying my life," I told him. "I know it's wrong. I know it's hurting Sarah, so why can't I just stop?" "What's wrong with me?" Mark leaned forward and said something that changed everything. "David, there's nothing wrong with your character. But there is something happening in your brain that you need to understand." He pulled out a simple diagram and started explaining how pornography affects the brain's reward system. He talked about dopamine, neural pathways, and something called neuroplasticity. For the first time, I understood that I wasn't dealing with a moral failure or a lack of willpower. I was dealing with actual changes in my brain. "Think of it like this," he said. "If someone broke their leg, you wouldn't tell them to just try harder to walk normally. You'd understand they need healing and rehabilitation. Your brain has been changed by repeated exposure to pornography, but the good news is that brains can heal." That day, everything shifted for me. I stopped seeing myself as fundamentally broken and started understanding that I was dealing with something that had a real biological component. It didn't excuse my choices, but it explained why willpower alone had never been enough. Learning about my brain gave me hope. If pornography could change my brain in negative ways, then recovery could change it back in positive ways. I wasn't fighting against my essential nature. I was working to restore my brain to how it was designed to function. Understanding the neuroscience didn't make recovery easy, but it made it make sense. And for the first time in years, I had a roadmap for healing that was based on how God actually designed my brain to work. Understanding that pornography addiction isn't just a moral failure, but a brain issue was the turning point in my recovery. It removed the shame that had kept me trapped for so long. The science of neuroplasticity gave me hope. If my brain could be changed by pornography, it could also be rewired through healthy patterns and recovery practices. Recovery wasn't about trying harder with willpower alone. It was about healing my brain through intentional practices, accountability, and understanding the science behind my struggles. This knowledge transformed my approach from shame and self-condemnation to hope and healing. I wasn't broken beyond repair. My brain was designed to heal. Understanding the science behind addiction doesn't just give us knowledge, it gives us hope. When we recognize that our brains can change for the better, recovery becomes not just possible, but probable. Remember, you're not fighting against who you are. You're working to restore your brain to how it was designed to function.